Now, before we move on to the presentations, I have one last thing to talk about, which is this idea I had now for the last couple of months, which is that we use the same CocoaHeads logo that the whole world uses for the last, for the last few years. And I was wondering if maybe there was a potential to customize the CocoaHeads logo for this community. So I've seen some CocoaHeads chapters around the world kind of do that. And so I was like, maybe we can have that. So I offered a challenge to some people to refresh the logo of CocoaHeads Melbourne. And Carlos, who is, where is Carlos? Took up the challenge, and I'm going to come right to that, but he took on the challenge to do that. But before that, I want to talk about Sean, who was the main organizer of CocoaHeads a few years back, had the same idea actually, and posted on 99 Design basically a contest to redesign a fresh, vibrant, modern, whatever you want to think about, logo for CocoaHeads. And what he got was, as the number one result, was this. And that looks pretty fresh, but at the same time, it looks more like a Space Force medallion than something for a community. And also, exactly, it does look like a butt, and as soon as you notice that, you can't unsee it. So it looks great, but it wasn't used in the end. And that's why we didn't use it, but that was a logo that was almost used since a few years ago. So it ended up being used, and we've used the Cocoa Mug guy for a long time. But I basically asked the people, like, if we really want to do something specific to that community, then what's intrinsically Melbourneian? What it defines this city? What is specific about this city? There's also a CocoaHeads chapter in Sydney, so we really want to do, not to do something about Australia, but about this city. And so I'm asking you right now, in the audience, what's intrinsically Melbourneian? What would you say is intrinsic? Coffee? Anything else? Yes, the rain, but so does 90% of the planet as well. But trams, yeah, that's pretty good. But yeah, actually, like Jason, you spoiled it because you said coffee, and I think that, yeah, coffee defines Melbourne in a specific way because Melbourneians are very specific about their coffee, very, very serious. And so Carlos had the idea of, what if we took the Cocoa Mug guy and combined it with our own flat white, which, as far as I understand, is something very specific to Melbourne. So what if we combine these two? And what we got was this. So be ready for the reveal. Yeah, coming? Huh? Wait. Oh, come on. Yeah, please clap, please clap. So you see right now it's a CocoaHeads mug logo, but as a flat white, and I think it's super cute, I think it's great. It retains the quirkiness of the original. Yes, yep. Let's see if I can make it go landscape. There you go. It retains the quirkiness of the original logo, but also giving it a twist based on Melbourne. And so I hope that it will become in the future our very own logo for CocoaHeads. And I don't want to impose it to anybody, but I was thinking that maybe we should use it for like a month, and maybe in a month we'll have a poll on Slack to find out if we really want to keep that or maybe go back to the other. But I want to put it to the community. So let's use it for a month and let's see what people think after a month. But personally, I love it. So we're going to try it. So you might see that becoming the logo for the next month or so on different CocoaHeads resources. Anyway, now it's time for the presentation.